Shake, hollow, testing, hollow. Shake, testing, hollow. Shake, hollow, testing, hollow. Hollow, shake. Shake, testing, hollow. Shake, hollow. Hollow, shake. Hollow. Hollow, shake, testing, hollow. Shake, hollow, testing, hollow. Shake, hollow.
Friends, the chief guest is on his way. Kindly maintain silence. Friends, the chief guest is on his way. Kindly maintain silence. Friends, kindly maintain silence. The chief guest is here. Friends, kindly stand. dignitaries on the dais, Honorable Chief Guest Dr. Palnivel Tyagarajan, Minister of Information Technology and Digital Services, respected Sister Secretary, beloved Sister Principal, esteemed scholars, distinguished resource persons, respected faculty members, research scholars, and dear students, a very good morning to one and all. It is with immense pleasure and a deep sense of academic pride that I welcome you all to the ICHR-sponsored National Conference organized by the Department of History, Fatima College, Madurai. Light has always been a universal symbol of knowledge, wisdom, and enlightenment. The ceremonial lighting of the lamp signifies removal of ignorance and the ushering of intellectual clarity and scholarly insight. Today's lamp has 5 sacred faces, each representing guidance, learning, leadership, and continuity across generations. I respectfully invite our dignitaries to illuminate the lamp face by face. To light the first face of the lamp, symbolizing distinguished scholarship and intellectual eminence, I respectfully invite our Chief Guest, Dr. Palnivel Tyagarajan, Honorable Minister for Information Technology and Digital Services. To light the second face of the lamp, I take great pleasure in inviting our respected Secretary, Reverend Dr. Sister Ignatius May. To light the third face of the lamp, I respectfully invite our respected Principal, Reverend Dr. Sister M. Fatima May. To light the fourth face of the lamp, I kindly invite the convener of the ICHR conference and head of our department, Dr. J. Sara Levangelo. To light the fifth face of the lamp, I kindly invite Dr. M. Pandya sir, curator of the Madurai Government Museum, and Jagannathan sir. Thank you, respected dignitaries, for enlightening the lamp and symbolically inaugurating the National Conference. To invoke divine grace and to seek blessings for the successful conduct of today's program and the meaningful academic deliberations that will follow, may request the gathering to kindly rise for the prayer followed by Tamil Thai Valthu.
தமிழ் தாய் வாழ்த்து.
நிலமறந்த கெளிலொழுகும் சீராரும் வதனமென திகழ் பரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கணமும் அது சிறந்த திராவிடன திருநாடும் தக்க சிற பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனகே தமிழனகே உன் சீரிலமை திரும்பி எந்த செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே.
Thank you, choir, for invoking the presence of God. As a mark of honor, respect, and gratitude, I now request our Sister Secretary to honor the Chief Guest with a shawl. I then request our Sister Principal to honor the Chief Guest with a memento. May I request the convener and head of the department to honor the Chief Guest with a sapling. Moving ahead, I request the head of the department to honor our Sister Secretary with a shawl. I also request the organizing secretary, Dr. M. Vijay Shanti, to honor our Sister Secretary with a sapling. Next, I request the head of the department to honor our respected principal with a shawl. I further request Mrs. S. Rajalakshmi, Assistant Professor of History, to honor our principal with a sapling. I request our dignitaries to take this auspicious occasion further by the release of books of abstracts published by the Department of History exclusively in this national conference, which reflects the collective scholarly contributions and academic visions of this event. A meaningful academic event begins with a warm and thoughtful welcome. I now have the honor of inviting Dr. J. Sara Levangeline, convener of the ICHR conference and head of the department, to deliver the welcome address.
This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Psalms 118:24. Honorable Dr. Palanivel Tyagarajan, the Honorable Minister for Information Technology and Digital Services, Government of Tamil Nadu, Chennai. Respected Dr. Sister Ignatius Mary, Secretary, Fatima College, and revered Dr. Sister Fatima Mary, Principal, Fatima College. Esteemed dignitaries of the dais, distinguished scholars and resource persons, respected moderators, members of the media, respected faculty members, participant, paper presenters from various colleges, and dear students from the Department of History, Sociology, and Economics. A warm and a respectful good morning to one and all. With heart filled with gratitude and joy, it is my privilege to welcome you all to the ICHR sponsored 2-day national conference on culture and traditions of Pandya country, Gleaned from Archaeological Implications, organized by Department of History, Fatima College, Madurai. This conference is envisioned as a vibrant academic platform to revisit, reinterpret, and rediscover the rich cultural and historical legacy of the Pandya country through archaeological, epigraphical, numismatic, and literary perspectives. By bringing together historians, archaeologists, museum professionals, and scholars from across the country, we hope that the deliberations over these 2 days will deepen historical understanding and inspire socially rooted, meaningful research. At this juncture, we are reminded that leadership rooted in justice and righteousness alone endures. The sacred classical traditions echoes this timeless truth. Blessed are those who act justly, who always do the right, what is right. அரசன் அறவழி நிற்றல் ஆளும் குடிகளுக்கு எல்லாம் இன்பம் தரும் திருக்குறள் 542. These words find living expression in the life and public service of our honorable chief guest today. At this significant academic gathering, it is a moment of great honor and pride to extend a warm and respectful welcome to our honorable chief guest, Dr. Palnivel Tyagarajan, member of the Legislative Assembly, Madurai Central, and the Honorable Minister for Information Technology and Digital Services, Government of Tamil Nadu. Honorable Minister, with a heart that is both proud and humble, I warmly welcome you, sir, to Fatima College. Proud because your presence elevates this academic gathering, and humble because we receive you with deep respect, gratitude, and profound sense of privilege. Honorable Minister, your achievement reflects a rare synthesis of intellectual brilliance, global professional excellence, and ethical public leadership. An alumnus of MIT School of Management with exceptional academic distinction and a former managing director at global institutions such as Lehman Brothers and Standard Chartered Bank, you have served across New York, Mumbai, and Singapore, building institutions, leading international teams, and guiding organizations through moments of complexity with integrity and courage. Your decision to stand by your institution and employees during the Lehman Brothers crisis remains a powerful testimony to your ethical leadership. As a minister, you have translated this global experience into public governance, championing digital transformation, technology-enabled governance, and transparent public service delivery, thereby positioning Tamil Nadu as a forward-looking and innovation-driven state. Beyond individual achievements, Honorable Minister, your life reflects a powerful intergenerational legacy of social justice. Your grandfather courageously fought for women's rights and freedom. Your father carried forward the sense of commitment, and you have publicly affirmed the vow to uphold and continue the value of your forefathers. This legacy resonates deeply with the spirit of this conference and with the echoes of our institution also. I would like to recall with a deep gratitude a moment from the Platinum Jubilee celebrations of Lady Doe College, where you graciously remarked, I recently read an interesting PhD work about the Christian women missionaries of Dr. J. Sarah Evangeline, the alumna of Lady Doe College and a professor of Fatima College. Such work must continue, highlighted, and recognize the service of so many women missionaries for the development of our society and the city of Madurai. So on a personal note, Honorable Minister, I humbly share that I never imagined I would share the stage with you and have the privilege of welcoming you to my institution, the esteemed institution, Fatima College. I truly experience this moment as a divine providence. Your words brought encouragement and wide academic appreciation, strengthening my resolve and that of my students to pursue research that gives voice to the often unseen contributions of women. I welcome you again, sir. I now respectfully welcome our respected secretary, Dr. Sister Ignatius Mary, an empathetic leader whose humane vision, quiet firmness, and unwavering concern for people endure that Fatima College remains a space where academic excellence is nurtured with compassion, justice, and inclusivity. A respectful welcome to you, sister. I extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to our beloved principal, Reverend Sister Dr. Fatima Mary, whose visionary and scholarly leadership consistently strengthened the research culture, interdisciplinary engagement, and academic vibrancy of our college. A hearty welcome to you, sister. I also warmly welcome our vice principals, Dr. Sister Arul Mary, Dr. Sister Bindu Antony, Dr. Vidya, Dr. Nikila, whose academic leadership and administrative support play a vital role in the smooth functioning of this institution. I take opportunity to welcome our Controller of Examination, Dr. Josephine Nirmala Mary, for her commitment and academic integrity. I extend a warm welcome to our esteemed moderators, Dr. P. Jagannathan, Associate Professor of History, Government Arts College, Melur, Dr. M. Mardu Pandyan, District Curator, Department of Museums, Madurai, Dr. Hema, Head and Associate Professor of History, EMG Yadava Women's College, Madurai. We are grateful for your scholarly guidance. I also welcome our media friends, our participants, paper presenters from different colleges, and our faculty and students from the Department of Sociology and Economics, whose presence enriches the interdisciplinary dialogue. Dear students, today reminds us that research is not merely an academic exercise, but social responsibility, a commitment to document, interpret, and honor the lives and forces that shaped our society. On behalf of the management, secretary, the principal, the Department of History, the organizing committee, and as the convener of ICHR sponsored national conference, I once again extend a warm, respectful welcome to our honorable chief guest and all the scholars, participants assembled here. May this conference be intellectually enriching, socially meaningful, and historically illuminating. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your warm words of welcome. The inaugural address sets the tone and vision for the conference. I now invite our respected principal, Reverend Dr. Sister M. Fatima Mary, to deliver the inaugural address and formally inaugurate the conference.
Esteemed guest of honor, Honorable Minister, ICHR Palanivel Tyagarajan, respected Dr. Sister Ignatius Mary, the Secretary of the College, Dr. Sister Josephine Nirmala, the Controller of Examination, Dr. Sarah Evangeline, the Head of the Department of History, distinguished delegates, scholars from other colleges, and my dear staff and students. A pleasant morning to each one of you, and a warm and joyful welcome to you all to this ICHR sponsored national conference. Welcome you all. Today marks not just the opening of a conference, but a gateway to time, a journey into the soul of our civilization, into the soil that remembers, the stones that speak, the inscriptions that whisper, and the symbols that pulse with the heartbeat of the glorious Pandya country. At this juncture, we are deeply honored by the presence of our esteemed guest of honor, through PTR Palanivel Tyagarajan, whose ties to Fatima College span generations from his revered grandfather's era. This bond testifies to our shared legacy of values, service, and education. Sir, you are a leader greatly admired by everyone for your integrity and clean public life. And in you, we witness a rare harmony of intellect, humility, and visionary leadership. Your passion for Tamil culture, history, and public service inspires scholars, educators, and young minds alike. Your presence among us today brings not only dignity to this gathering, but also a purpose and hope. On behalf of the management, I feel extremely happy to extend a graceful welcome to you, as well as a sincere gratitude for having graced this gathering with your presence. Thank you for your presence with us today. Dear participants, I believe this gathering embodies Fatima College Vision 2, inspired by our founder, Mother Rose Benedict, who saw education as a force to enlighten minds, ennoble hearts, and empower society. She shaped not only the graduates, but individuals of character, conscience, and compassion, rooted in culture and committed to service. In exploring Pandya heritage, we preserve identity and prepare youth as custodians of civilizations. The Pandya dynasty stands tall as one of the most ancient and enduring civilizations of South India. Its legacy in art, architecture, trade, religion, language, and governance has shaped Tamil identity across centuries. Archaeology, therefore, is not merely the study of artifacts, it is the study of the human spirit, collective memory, and civilization itself. The theme of this conference addresses an urgent need to rediscover our roots, to reconnect the present generation with the wisdom of the past, and to protect our endangered monuments and cultural treasures before silence replaces their stories. My dear students, scholars, and researchers, you are not mere observers of history. You are its future voice, guardians, and storytellers. Swami Vivekananda's timeless call still echoes across generations. Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. Let your goal be the pursuit of truth. Let your mission be the preservation of heritage. And let your service be through knowledge and research. Learn to read the history not only in the textbooks, but in stones, temples, inscriptions, coins, and landscapes. Let this conference awaken in you a sense of wonder, a sense of responsibility, and a sense of pride in your cultural identity. Mahatma Gandhi reminded us, a nation's culture resides in the hearts and in the souls of its people. As each one of us carry this culture within us, let us protect it, let us respect it, and let us pass it on to our next generations. The need of the hour is not only to research the past, but to save it. Many monuments and artifacts are slowly disappearing under time, neglect, and modern pressures. Your scholarship must become awareness. Your awareness must become advocacy, and your advocacy must become action. Rabindranath Tagore so beautifully said, the highest education is that which does not merely give us information, but makes our life in harmony with all existence. Let your learning make you not only scholars of history, but compassionate guardians of civilization. I wish to express my deep appreciation and take true pride in Dr. Sara and Dr. Vijay Shanti, the convener of this program, whose sincere love for history and quiet perseverance moved them to take the initiative in preparing the proposal to the Indian Council of Historical Research and securing this valued support for our college. Their effort is not just academic work, it is a labor of love for culture and for our students' community. So let us congratulate with a big round of applause for their sincere effort and hard work. My affectionate congratulations also goes to the entire Department of History and the organizing committee who worked together like one family with dedication, patience, and unity to bring this national conference to life. Each one of you, my dear staff and students, have contributed your time, strength, and true spirit of unity to make this gathering meaningful and successful. I feel truly proud and grateful for your commitment and teamwork in serving knowledge and preserving our heritage. Congratulations to each one of you. I also express our deep gratitude to the Indian Council of Historical Research for its generous support in making this conference possible. As we begin our deliberations today, I am confident that your discussions and discoveries will breathe new life into the story of the Pandya civilization and strengthen our collective resolve to protect its legacy for future generations. May this conference touch your minds, awaken your hearts, and inspire each one of you to become protectors of our civilization through culture and service. With these words, I wish this national conference a great success. May God bless all your efforts.
Thank you, sister. To set an intellectual tone to the conference, offering direction, depth, and perspective to the discussions that follow, we are deeply honored to have with us Dr. Palnivel Tyagarajan, Honorable Minister for Information Technology and Digital Services. May now invite our esteemed chief guest to deliver the keynote address. Welcome, sir.
Dr. Sister Ignatius Mary, the Secretary of the College. Dr. Sister Fatima Mary, who has just given such a thoughtful and erudite inaugural address. Dr. Sarah Evangeline, who I have had the occasion to commend before, but will commend again for putting this conference together. Dr. Vijay Shanti, the organizing secretary, who will deliver the word of thanks. The many faculty, staff of Fatima College, the many researchers, faculty, students who are here attending this conference. Good morning. Thank you for giving me a chance to be a part of this inaugural. And even in the little time I'm here, learn a little bit about things that I have not come across before. But as always, I want to start by saying a few things personal. I will reiterate once again in this auditorium the role of Christian missionaries in general, women Christian missionaries in particular, in the fields of education and health, And that too, missionaries from countries like America and France that didn't actually benefit from the colonial exploitation of India like the British did. Their contributions are always present because they laid the foundation for so many institutions and an approach to education and the pursuit of excellence, to women's health in particular in the health area. And we benefit every day now, century plus later, from their work. For my family, we have been both the supporters and the beneficiaries of the work of Mother Rose Benedicta, including my father, my aunts and uncles all attended briefly, but attended the St. Joseph's and St. Mary's, depending on whether they were boys or girls. And during the time of the establishment of this college and its early days, both my grandfather, who was supportive in many ways, and my father, who was at the university and helped the institution, had long association that we are very proud of because of the impact this college has had on the education of women for centuries, now 75 years. In this auditorium, I was reminded as I walked in that one of the earliest events I attended after being elected MLA for this constituency was in this very hall. And I met a fellow guest at that time who was then High Court Justice Mahadevan. It is a pleasant reminder that in the 10 years since, I have had the opportunity to become a minister, and Justice Mahadevan has been elevated to the Supreme Court. So we had a fortuitous meeting here, and we have gone on to better things. It is also fitting that I should point out that we are weeks away from the end of the 16th Legislative Assembly, and therefore the Model Code of Conduct will kick in very soon, which will prevent me from attending such events till after the election. So I deem it extremely fortunate and fitting that I should have begun my MLA career by coming to this auditorium, and I'm practically winding down my term as an MLA and minister in the 16th Legislative Assembly with this event. So thank you once again for inviting me to be here. Before I talk about this conference, I want to talk a little bit about the importance of history. The principal elucidated very clearly what the actual value of history is. It is not just a field for study of any particular artifact, whether it's archaeology or literary history or other kinds of history. It is a way of understanding the human condition, of the evolution of civilization, of societies, and using it to shape yourself into a more thoughtful, humane, urbane member of society. In that sense, the famous philosopher George Santayana once said, "Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it." History is vital for us to learn how we have evolved, what are the implications of various actions, natures, and the flow of events in the course of human history, and what we learn from it and how we progress going forward. In particular, the subject of this conference, which is the culture and traditions of the Pandya country, and in more refined terms, gleaned from archaeological implications, is extremely relevant and in the right locality. You could not find a better place to host this conference, given that this was the heart of the Pandya Empire for centuries. And in fact, the archaeological explorations of the last, let's say, 10 years have been so startlingly informative. Every year, every dig, we discover more and more antiquity, more and more clarity on the past, more and more amazing information about our contributions going back as far as the Iron Age Till now, we thought we were only active from the Bronze Age onwards. It is in this location with this timing that this conference is particularly important. I'll go one step further and say that we live in a very strange era. In many parts of the world, the structure of the republic, of the notion of democracy, of the culture of politics, all of these are breaking down. We are starting to see a lot more disruptors who claim that they are going to change increasingly venal model of governance and politics, and then in fact end up being such bad kind of managers and administrators themselves that they create more destruction and more disruption. Part of this disruption and destruction is linked to the notion of authoritarianism, and the core founding block of authoritarianism is to quell independence of thought, is to create individuals who are not well informed and who can be easily misled. In this era, the true study of history in all its dimensions is increasingly vital. If we do not understand the truth, if we are allowed or if we allow ourselves to be misled by contemporary rewriting of the truth into suitable narratives, then we are at great danger as a society. In particular, I would say that since our government took office in the last 5 years, the excavations at Keeladi and at Purnai in the Tamrabarani River Basin have yielded such startling finds and show that Tamil civilization is much older and more complex than we had earlier discovered. For a long time, we relied only on literature, particularly the Sangam literature, which the Pandya kingdom and Madurai are famous for, as the route, the path from which we understood history. All that has changed with the archaeological digs of the last few years. Once we realized that we have now evidence of urban settlements dating back at least to the 6th century before the current era, that there were civic infrastructures for shared resources like wells and conduits and canals, that the script we find on potsherds indicates literacy going back more than 2,500 years. Once we see evidence of organized production, which was what we first discovered, if you remember, in Keeladi, before we ever discovered dwellings or human remains, we discovered the factories, we discovered the workshops where dyeing, weaving, bead making were happening. We have evidence of long-distance trade linking this region and the Pandya kingdom all over the world, in particular with the Mediterranean, where the Roman Empire was in full flow. And we have agricultural and pastoral economies that were clearly supported by both faunal as well as archaeobotanical remains. Taken together, these clearly place the Vaigai civilization as one of the predominant advanced civilizations of the world, going back to the Iron Age. And some of the findings have been used by the Tamil Nadu State Department of Archaeology that iron usage in this region may have dated back to the 4th millennium before the current era, that is 6,000 years ago. Radiometric dating also shows that in places like Sivagalai and Adichanallur, the Iron Age may actually have started as long as 5,300 years ago and not much later as was perceived. For all these reasons, the government of Tamil Nadu has invested heavily in creating museums. The one at Keeladi is particularly interesting and well developed in my opinion, but also the one at Purnai that was recently opened by the Chief Minister a couple of weeks ago is in its own way quite startlingly great. We also have to be opened soon an open air museum within the in situ excavation dig of Kiladi that will prove even more informative and insight learning to many, many young people who can go visit there. We have also announced in the government of Tamil Nadu a $1 million prize for the long-standing puzzle for deciphering the Indus Valley script, which the closest known script is our Tamil Brahmi script. We do all these because it is important to us that history should not be forgotten, that the truth should not be erased in an era when everybody is creating their own histories and their own versions of the truth. I must say also, as the Minister for Information Technology, that a lot of these activities are greatly enhanced by the application of technology, and both in terms of identification, analysis, validation, but also distribution. Within my own department, we have something that I think may be the single best functioning government entity that I have come across my many portfolios and years, and that is the Tamil Virtual Academy. Started almost exactly 25 years ago by then Chief Minister Thalaivar Kalaignar. It has played a yeoman role in the preservation of Tamil, in the dispersion of Tamil around the world to the diaspora, in the preservation of records. And in particular, one of the best activities of the Tamil Virtual Academy is called the Tamil Digital Library, which at one time only focused on the written word, on periodicals, on books, on poetry. But in the last few years, we have expanded it to include maps, multimedia, speeches, videos, many different artifacts. And I'm so happy to say that when we took office about 5 years ago now, there had been only about 1.5 crore visits to this library because its content was not as rich and as broad in its scope. And the last count I had last month is that we had 17.5 crore visits, an increase of almost 15 times in the last 10 years, or 5 years. In fact, I can say personally that when I was trying to recreate a book upon the anniversary of my grandfather's passing, there were certain documents referred to me that I couldn't find anywhere else. I couldn't find even in the Connemara Library. And more recently, when we have been trying to bring out some new material in conjunction with the ongoing Tirupani of the Madurai Meenakshi Amman Temple, where my mother serves as the chairman of the temple board, we were presented a lot of information that could not be discovered anywhere else. And in many, many of these cases, the Tamil Virtual Library has been the sole source where we have been able to find these documents. One of them, in fact, referred to me by the Honorable Union Finance Minister, who is also a great devotee of Goddess Meenakshi and has some history in Madurai. With the advent of digitalization, GIS mapping, scientific dating technologies, and most importantly of artificial intelligence, where models can be trained to make better estimates than most human beings and scholars, then we are in a new age of history and the validation of historical findings. And yet, though technology will be a great enabler, an enhancer, an exponential increase of the value of history, at the heart of it, research, scholarly judgment, ethical responsibility, and a profound passion for the truth must drive as it has for years. I have some limitations in my own family's history. I've been reading it only after I came back and became elected. Our history is only traceable about 500 years here to the era of the Nayak kingdom. The full glory of the Pandya Empire was long before that. And subsequently, after the Nayaks, it was the Mughals, the British, and so forth. So I'm sure that of the conference papers here, of the deliberations, of the discussions, as much as many of you will learn and be more informed, I myself will also be much more educated by reading some of the material given to me. I must conclude by saying that the study of history is and must be multidisciplinary. It draws from literature, from linguistics, from archaeology, from geography, from ecology, from material science, from digital technologies. The value, the core value stays the same: open-mindedness, tolerance of multiple perspectives, empathy towards our ancestors, neutrality in the value system, and rigorous critical thinking. I'm sure all of these will be in full display, not only today or tomorrow in this conference and the 110 papers that are to be presented and discussed, not only in the online versions that you will all go through, but in all of you as you get to be better historians, better human beings, better aware of the culture of our great region, of our historic Madurai and Pandya kingdom, and you will carry that on through your lives. So I wish all of you a wonderful conference, and I thank you once again for inviting me to be part of this session.
Thank you, sir, for the insightful and inspiring address. Your words have added a great academic value to this conference and have truly set a meaningful direction for the scholarly deliberations that will follow. Gratitude is the foundation of all successful endeavors. I now invite Dr. M. Vijay Shanti, Organizing Secretary of the ICHR Conference and Assistant Professor of History, to propose the vote of thanks.
Gratitude makes sense of past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. Respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, good morning to everyone. I deem it a great honor to propose the vote of thanks for this inaugural session of the ICHR-sponsored two-day national conference. The thing has come from the Lord, Genesis 24:50. I thank the Lord Almighty for showing His mercy to organize this grand event. I heartfully thanked our beloved Secretary, Reverend Dr. Sister Ignatius Mary, the smiling star of Maryland campus, for her continuous support. Your vision and leadership have made this day to be possible. Thank you for your appreciation, sister. I express my sincere thanks to our energetic and enthusiastic principal, Reverend Dr. Sister M. Fatima Mary. Your constant encouragement and motivation lead us to attain this milestone. Thank you, sister, for your guidance through the process of conducting the conference. இதனால் இவன் முடிக்கும் என்றாய்ந்து அதனை அவன் கண் விடல் என்ற திருக்குறளின் வழியில் இவ்விழாவிற்கு தலைமை தாங்க வந்திருக்கும் நமது மாண்புமிகு அமைச்சர் திரு பழனிவேல் தியாகராஜன் அவர்களுக்கு என் மனமார்ந்த நன்றிகளை உரித்தாக்குகிறேன். I humbly thank our chief guest, Honorable Minister Dr. Palanivel Tyagarajan, Minister of Information Technology and Digital Services, Tamil Nadu. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation in your busy schedule. Your words really encouraged us to respect our culture and traditions. He promptly noted the Iron Age culture, Vaigai civilization, government efforts to preserve the archaeological sites and artifacts, and strongly confessed truth alone trumps. Your speech really created an awareness among young minds, sir. Thank you. Your inspiring and insightful inaugural address set a perfect tone for this national conference. Thank you, sir, for your gracious presence and appreciable words. I extend my gratitude to the Controller of Examinations, Dr. Josephine Nirmala Mary, sister, and IQAC Coordinator, Dr. Saira Banu, ma'am, The vibrant vice principals, Dr. Sister J. Arulmeri, Dr. Sister Bindu Anthony, Dr. Vidya, and Mrs. Nikila Raghavan for their unstinting support in all our endeavors. Thank you, sisters and professors. Next, I would like to thank wholeheartedly the Indian Council of Historical Research, ICHR, for supporting the conference with a sponsorship. I wish to thank to our management sisters, Sister Arogya Mary and Sister Stella Arulmeri, for their support in arrangements. I extend my humble thanks to the resource persons and sectional presidents, Dr. Nitin Kumar, Assistant Director, Indian Council of Historical Research, Ministry of Education, Government of India, Dr. Gauri De, Associate Professor of History, the Center for Historical Studies, Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi, Dr. M. Maruthu Pandyan, District Curator, Department of Museums, Government Museum, Madurai, Dr. Jagannathan, Associate Professor of History, Government Arts College, Melur, and Dr. T. Khema, Head and Associate Professor of History, EMG Yadava Vans College, Madurai, for accepting our invitation and their august presence. Thank you, sir and ma'am. I owe my special gratitude to Dr. J. Sarah Evangeline, Head of the Department and Assistant Professor, Department of History, and convener of the conference, who has worked hard to ensure that this occasion becomes a memorable success. Her words of encouragement and able guidance make the vision turn into mission. The ICHR conference is the brainchild of Dr. J. Sarah Evangeline. Thank you, ma'am, for your endeavor and support. I extremely cheerful thanks to the delegates, professionals, scholars, faculty, and student participants from various institutions, students and faculty from other departments of Fatima College. Your participation has enriched the program with academic excellence. I am happy to thank my colleagues in the department who took different roles as members of the organizing committee, Mrs. S. Rajalakshmi, Dr. W. Shamala, Dr. Purnima Setupati, Dr. Anita Pandi, and Mrs. J. Karthika for their tireless efforts and cooperation. This event would not be possible. Thank you, teachers. I place my lovable thanks to my dear students, the blooming stars of Fatima College. Without you, the program would not be possible. I hope you all get a spark to preserve our culture and tradition. Thank you, dears, for your exertions. My warm thanks goes to the media personalities, live streaming JMC team, press, television channels, non-teaching staff, audio-visual assistants, and support staff who made this conference a resounding success. Finally, I extend my thanks to all who directly and indirectly helped to make this event to be remarkable. Once again, I thank to one and all gathered here. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your gracious words and thoughtful acknowledgement. With this, we conclude the inaugural address. Thank you.
हाल ही में मैं
Friends, for your kind attention, students of Department of Sociology, Economics and English, kindly move to your classes. For the kind attention of delegates and participants, this is the time for tea break. Kindly refresh yourself. Tea and snacks will be provided at the Caramel Hall. Volunteers kindly guide the participants and delegates.
and to fix the timing to present your papers.
I will give.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Sure, sir. Right, correct, sir. Okay, sir. இல்ல இல்ல ஏது நீங்க உங்க டெசிஷன் தான். இல்ல இல்ல எங்களுக்கு இதுதான் process. Ma'am, are you ready? Shall I? Sir, shall I? A very good morning to one and all. It gives immense pleasure to welcome you all to this national conference organized by the PG Department of History, Fatima College. This conference has been planned with the objective of promoting academic dialogue and research orientations and scholarly exchange among the students, teachers, and the researchers. We are deeply honored by the presence of our respected moderate, Dr. Jagannathan, Associate Professor of History, Government Arts College, Melur, whose scholarly contribution and academic experience and great value to this conference. I take this opportunity to warmly welcome all the delegates, research scholars, and paper presenters who have come from various institutions across the national level. Your participation makes this seminar truly national in spirit and intellectually enriching. I'm confident that today's sections will provide meaningful insights and constructive discussions and new perspectives in the concerned field of the study. Once again, I extend cordial welcome to everyone present here. I wish the conference a great success. Now I have the few instructions for the participants and the paper presentations. This sessions provides a valuable platform for the researchers and scholars to present their original research findings, exchange ideas, and engage in academic discussions. Each presenters will be given 3 minutes for presentation. Stick on with the intro of our glimpse of presentation and findings and outcome of your presentation. Thank you.
So, very good morning to one and all. It's almost you are scatterly sitting, I think so. Please come forward, that will be more useful. Please come forward. The students itself, please come forward. If any one of the presenter wants priority to present their paper in the queue, kindly please confirm. If any of the presenters want to present their paper earlierly, please just inform to us. We will provide an opportunity to present your paper before the queue. As formally, I thank the head of the department, Sarah Evangeline, the convener of the ICHR today, 2 days conference, and the Vijay Lakshmi Madam for inviting and providing this opportunity to have a moderate your papers, which has different dimensions in the cultural aspects. With this, due to the time concern, I request all the presenters to confine your paper, as the madam said, 3 minutes, and then we would have a question session. That will be more useful. Instead of presenting, having interactions will lead a new dimensions for your papers. With this, I just I want to have some expressions. I'm also have come out with a paper. It is nothing but the cultural expressions, performing arts under the Pandya countries. This is nothing but this paper will cover what are the performing arts which was done, which was inactive during the Pandya periods. Especially the Kutu. Kutu has been playing a dominant role in the Pandya's period. And beyond that Kutu, there are Mailatam, Kolatam, similarly several cultural arts has been found in the various parts of the administration of the Pandya's countries. These are some of the potential that have been discussed in this paper. What is the finding of my paper is, and the legacy of the administration united the performing arts into very fabric of the society, especially in the cultural preservation and social governance. In what way this Kutu has been being a part of their administration, it also identified in this paper, because the government used this Kutu in something unique manner. And among them, that is one is the performing arts. The performing arts remains a medium of public education and a moral institution. And it is also act as a bridge between the layman and the social higher ladder people and the upper class and also the royal groups. So this is the way that I have approached the paper, and what is the finding of this my paper is, it acts as a bridge between the government administration or the governance of the Pandya thing, and it leads certain message to the people from the royal court through the Kutu. This is a thing the paper will be identified, and this is the core of the paper that I have dealt in this my paper. If anybody want to have interactions, please kindly. Otherwise, we switch over to the first paper. Since you know that I have presented my paper only within 2 minutes. Of course, I have said all the things which was analysis in my paper. So in this way, I request all the participants just to follow what I have presented, and just come out with a nutshell of your paper and what is your finding, specific finding, anything unique that you have identified, or you have any comparison, or you have to be find out certain things in the post period of your research. Like that, I request all the participants to confine your paper within 3 minutes. Thank you. Now I call upon Dr. Rajalakshmi, Assistant Professor of History from GVG College from Udmalaipetai.
Thank you, sir. Happy morning, everyone.